Boom, here we go. Got my boy Dr. Jeff in the house. Chiropractor here. So if he breaks your arm, if he breaks my arm, he can repair it. I trust him. All right, so here we go. Establishing the pace we're going to go, which I always love. Discuss that first, see where we at. Right away, lock in that Kimura. My favorite sweep right here. It's all an angle. Just waiting for the right timing. So I'm gonna control his lat muscle, his tricep here, just pull him right in to take his back and start working those wrist control. Make sure he doesn't go anywhere. Make him work a little bit, tire him out. You know, I love training with Jeff because, you know, you got to be methodical, just like right there. See, I didn't crank his neck. No need for that. You know, it's good to just train with partners to explore, have fun, try new things or try old things, you know, just to explore without having to, you know, have to finish or go hard every single time. Like right here, see, I didn't finish the arm. I allow him to work out of it and just keep transitioning. Your game will improve so much when you work these chains without having to finish the submission, but looking to transition into other positions and or allow your partner to escape so you could see their reactions. And then as you do that with so many people, you'll start recognizing different reactions, and then you can set them up, have that prediction of what they might do. You know, our brains are always looking for patterns, and so the more you see things, you can make predictions. So here we are getting a nice pass, and he's allowing me to work as well. This is what makes great training partner. This is how the mat evolves. This is how the room grows, when each others are allowing each other to just work on their things. And you know, here I get this armbar. I didn't really mean to finish yet. You know, just I am a little overweight right now. You know, my natural weight is about 175, 180. I'm rocking around close to 195, 200 right now. So might have been a little too heavy on that elbow. I didn't mean to tap him, but got the tap. So here we are. He's back in tap. You know, you'll notice, guys, that sometimes I control that lat, and that's one of my favorite sweeps. I love hitting that and exploring it. I'll hit it on bigger guys. I'll at least try to hit it on bigger guys, smaller guys. It's just a fun move. And again, it's there's certain things that I wouldn't try with like a high level black belt player or even a competitive player. Stuff like that wouldn't work. But it's nice to explore it. It's nice to just try things, because you know, if you can hit it on someone that's semi-what trained in jiu-jitsu, you can definitely hit it on the average Joe who's home eating jelly donuts and just being on the couch lazy. So yeah, so here I am with a crucifix. You know, got that tap on that far arm. You know, I do want him to work a little bit, so don't want to take it too easy either. Trying to push him at his pace. You know, just trying to be a good partner. Here he goes for an ashi here, but I've seen too many of those. Pretty experienced. I don't freak out anymore. And here he is with that nice pass. He gets it. He got in that on those guillotines several times on these rows. And you know, he's getting them. If he's you know, keeps practicing, I'm sure like when they come in, they're gonna be very devastating. And so here he is. I'm not a big fan of these quarter arm bars here. You know, he threw the leg over a little late, and I trapped it to alleviate that pressure. And then I'm gonna hitchhike out. I see those guys on my way, so I come back the other way. But he's not yanking at my arm. He's letting me work too. I love it. You know, this is what makes fun rows. And again, the exploration of movements. And so here he is. He's got that quarter Nelson. He didn't crack my neck either, man. So I appreciate that. You know, I got 3 herniated discs on my neck. So, you know, he's just allowing me to work and move. And, you know, I love this pace now. You know, my 40s, you know, my 20s and 30s, it was pandemonium, gun-ho, just going with a best in the world on these mats, and now it's just more of flowing, having fun, and for longevity training. Again, most of the stuff I'm doing here, I'm exploring and just having fun. Um, that's why it's important to know what is your purpose when you're coming into the gym. What is your why? You want to compete, then obviously you go harder, you pick different partners. If it's longevity, you stick with those guys that are not looking to kill each other. They're looking to just have fun and enjoy the journey.
All right, here we go.
Boom, 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 boom. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. I got my good friend here, Dr. Jeff, in the house. He's an amazing training partner and an athlete. He's here all the time, just putting in that work. Jeff, real quick, just introduce yourself. Tell us your name, your age, your rank, and how long you've been training for.
Sure. So I'm Jeff Rosenberg. I'm 105. No, I'm kidding. I'm 55. I've been training for like 10 years now.
Nice.
Purple belt. And this is one of the reasons why I stay in New York City.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, Jeff, this is a question that I get asked all the time, and
Sure.
for everyone's different. For me, starting jiu-jitsu, 20 plus years ago, it was all about trying something new, and then it evolved to becoming my coping mechanism. What inspired you to start training jiu-jitsu?
I've like this. How long do we have? I've got a few answers. The first answer is there's just something that drew me to it. It's like one of those things that you can't write it out. It looks amazing and it looks hard, and it's one of those things where I was like, I want to try that. It looks so challenging. I want to try it. I want to add it into my life. But more important is why I stay here. I stay here for a few different reasons. Number one, a lot of the maneuvers that we do when we're doing it, I'm like halfway through it, I'm like, okay, I can do this. I'm getting better. And I apply that to a lot of just life. Turning, for instance, when I get up in the morning, it's like if I can get through this, if I can get through this in here, the rest of the day is pretty easy. Just in coming here, I mean, the camaraderie that we have. I think my opinion. I know it's cliche. A lot of people say it, but this is how I feel. You come in here, there's cops, there's firefighters, there's guys who are bankers who might have we work millions of dollars, and the truth of the matter is, it doesn't really matter. It just doesn't make a difference. It's just everybody's here to help each other out and raise the room. So it's like, why did I start, and why am I here? It's just something that I'm drawn to it.
Cool, man. Thank you for sharing that, man.
Sure.
And with having bankers, cops, we also have people here that are it's like the therapy. As for me, I'm a recovering addict. So we got the law of the low, criminals, recovering addicts, you name it. People who are in the sex industry, you name it. Everyone's here, with no judgment, a place to just come and express yourself through movement and learn. So as for me, I overcame an opium addiction while I was here. That's why I said it became my coping mechanism. And
Sure.
that became my motivation to stay. What inspires you today now to actually stay? And we deal with a lot of problems every single day, but there's something that says, fuck the problem. I'm gonna come to jiu-jitsu and hit the gym and do what I got to do. What is it that inspires you today to keep coming in?
Sure. It's funny because before we even did this, I said something to you, and what I said to you, I meant. One of the things I said, if you've never had a problem in your life, I don't really want to know you, because life isn't always puppy dogs and sparkly rainbows and stuff, but it's not always shitty either, and I don't want to be around people who like everything sucks, because I've got this motto my great-great-grandmother taught me, and it's like, if you're looking for sympathy, you get a dictionary. It's between shit and syphilis, But one of the things is about me, as far as this place is therapy for me. A lot of people here, when I tell this, a lot of people either A, won't believe me, or it'll be shocking, but a lot of people don't know that from September, I think it was 30th of 2009 to around October 1st of 2011, I was homeless. I didn't have a home. I had places to stay, but I didn't have my own home through a series of a lot of unfortunate events. And that's one of the things that drew me into martial arts. I needed to just find the community. I needed an outlet to get my inner angst and turmoil out. And I will tell you right now that I find this place to be better than any therapeutic approach that I've ever had, because I could be in the middle of someone on top and be ready to tear my head off and be all right, how'd I got through that? So what steps do I need to do to get through life to make it better? Who do I need to know that are the right people who need to know who I need to know in order to take a step forward? And a lot of that goes through my mind as I'm like getting pounded on in this class, and the thing is, I'm pretty sure that everybody in here has their own little dark thing and stuff. But that was mine. I went through a lot of serious shit, losing almost every single penny that I had accumulated for 15 years of work being stolen from me, investments that went awry, to a lot of other things that we don't really need to get into. But this place like brings out. Now, I don't think it brings out the best in me. I think it brings out the best in almost every single person that I see in here, and that's one of the reasons why I've actually stayed in New York. Besides my business, stayed here specifically in not only jiu-jitsu, but specifically this place. Like, I wake up in the morning at 6 a.m. I can't believe I get up at 6 a.m. to come in here. It's autopilot. That's just what I do.
Wow. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for sharing, man.
Sure.
Thank you very much, man. With that being said, man, what would you tell someone who's probably home experiencing something you went through yourself, and it's really difficult for them? What would you tell them to inspire them so they can come and do jiu-jitsu, or
Sure.
start taking care of themselves, or go for that morning walk, or do something to better themselves? What would you tell that individual?
Sure. This is my opinion. You could take it with a grain of salt. A lot of times, and if this offends people, it's not meant to be offensive. This is my opinion. If you're going through something in life, and your answer is through medication, I'm not talking about what you like opium. I'm talking about like going to a doctor and taking medication. The cure, she ain't in the pill. She's in you. The cure is in you. It's you need to ask yourself the following questions I ask myself, like what steps do I need to take the steps I need to take to get to where I need to be? Who do I need to know that knows who I need to know? How many hands, there's that old saying, like, the more hands you shake, the more friends you make. The more hands you shake, the more money you make. It's things like that. It's just, find your best self and just do it. Don't listen to that inner bullshit ego voice inside the head that always tells you can't do things. A therapist's office is, or a pill. You could go there, you could do that. I'm not against that. I'm not against therapy, but really the answer's inside yourself.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing. So real quick, guys, Dr. Jeff here is an amazing chiropractor. He works with a bunch of the athletes here. I refer my clients over to him. How can people find you on social media if they're having herniated disc or sports injury? How can they find you, man?
This is my best advertisement over here. One of the best ways to find me is on Instagram. It's Dr. Jeff Rosenberg, Rosenberg, or Facebook or TikTok, either way. But thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Guys, follow him because he puts a lot of valuable information out there on adjustments, stretching, and things like that. So he's a great guy, man. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Put on the comments something about your journey or where your school is at, and I love to hear from you guys.
Can I say something too? If you write out in the comments what your thing is, also write down what you're going to do to take a step forward. Because when you write it out, it creates it in your brain. And if you think that's a bunch of BS, I challenge you to write it out. Because here's the bottom line. That's what I did. I wrote out what I want to do, how I want to live my life, how I was going to get out of being homeless, who I was going to be the best person I was. Sorry to cut you off on that. But that's like how I get to where I am. Because I could have sat at home every single day, and trust me, I did a few times. But I put onions in front of my face, so I could really cry. But needless to say, that's my 20 cents for whatever it's worth. And if it doesn't work for you, I try to help you.
Thank you, Dr. Jeff. Appreciate
Yes,
you. I'll see you guys on the next one.